Fidelio is based in is a piece about freedom and about a prison. That's why we built a huge labyrinth where all the characters, they are lost. ENO is one of the most interesting European houses. His program is extremely new, extremely fresh, to give freedom to your imagination. And this is ENO.
Sexy, subversive, maybe a little bit shocking. I think ENO fields, an extraordinary ensemble of singing actors that this piece is, it's like a perfect ENO kind of a show.
What you will see on stage is an open stage, and I'm staging it with as much left to the imagination as possible. We've had the French Revolution. What kind of world are we creating at the end of the 18th century? We are in a time of crisis, says Sarastro. How shall we take this decision? And that seems extremely apposite to our times as well. And so at the same time, the question is, how are people's consciousnesses changed, if you can use such a word? How do we transform the consciousness of the audience, or the consciousness of society for that matter?
There's a real excitement around it as a piece, and I think there's excitement for people who've actually seen it already. So there's a whole bunch of people who I'm sure will come and see it again. But there's also, and there always will be, those people who missed it first time around, second time around. There's now a third time around, which is very exciting. It's a meditation on the ideas behind Gandhi's principles of satyagraha, which means truth force or love force. And it's about the power of people taking collective action through peaceful means.
It was a fantastic success, if I do say so myself. ENO is, I would say it's personally my base company, challenging the traditions, bringing in new audiences, confronting the operas. I mean, maybe it's the most important company in the world for me, and it's where I feel that I can do my best work. I think in Stuart Skelton, what we have is this amazing combination of a very heroic, powerful, emotional singer, but also who's able to access areas that are extremely delicate and lyrical and vulnerable. It's a roller coaster ride, experiencing Stuart Skelton as Peter Grimes.
Disturbing, dystopian, demonic. This particular production is set in the era in which the piece was written, in a kind of sumptuous Zeffirellian, Visconti-esque kind of 19th century court. I think in a lot of ways it's more intense than the curtain coming up and seeing people in 20th century clothes. I think in this production, the audience is lured into a sort of false sense of security, and then taken step by step into this dark, nightmarish realm that Verdi leads us into.
It's forensic. It's a forensic examination of 7 people in very extreme situations, in different combinations, set to exquisite and highly inventive music. The theoretical theme of Rosalinda is faithfulness or constancy, but look a bit further and it's also about a number of other things. It's about erotic obsession, masochism. This tyrant, Grimoaldo, when he finds out that he can't have Rosalinda, he desires only oblivion. I should be so lucky as to work at English National Opera. The stage management's fantastic. It's really fantastic. It's a great pleasure to see those people on the first day of rehearsal, and you always feel very assured, and they're very, very brilliant at organising somebody who's underlyingly chaotic like me.
It's about sex, and it's about death, and it's about money, it's about shopping and celebrity, and it's about all the good stuff, really. At the core of the opera is this fascinating character and this fascinating real-life person of Margaret Campbell, the Duchess of Argyll. There's a bit of Wedekind's Lulu in there. I think there's probably quite a bit of Jean Genet's The Maids, feels very resonant, but it really makes me think of a little bit Streetcar Named Desire as well. But of course in Powder Her Face, the seduction with the guy from Room Service ends up with a bit more than that.
An earth-shattering story which has a great deal to tell about the world today.
It's my first opera. It's a big opera. It's a full three-acter. I'm very lucky to have been pointed in the direction of Frank McGuinness.
Oedipus is an overwhelmingly moving story of a man trying to find out who he is, a human being to whom something terrible has happened.
So for me, the material is rich and exciting because it covers such a wide range. And I've tried to reflect that in the music and in the music's ambiguity, not just do a poster version of the drama because everybody knows this story, but to, I hope, enrich it, contradict it, dialogue with it, and give the characters depth and strangeness.
It's about their lives. It's a play about their lives. If you have a father, a mother, sister, brother, if you're an enemy, you have a friend, this is about your life.
I think what goes on in this opera is what goes on in all of us all the time.
Thebans in 3 words, families are terrifying.
Last time, the first 2 minutes, the prologue, we presented something rather spectacular, and some people felt that they wanted that reprise throughout the opera because it started in this rather wonderful way and then you never really saw that image again. So we found a way of actually threading that back, I think, not in the same way, but in a way that will hopefully bowl people over. What's special about this house is that it presents contemporary music in a new way that nobody else does, and that it also gives you a chance to do the classics in a different way. So it's very open to innovation and to drawing in new audiences, and I love that.
So, okay, beginner's luck last year, and now let the truth be told. I'm a part-time opera director, but mainly I make movies, which I prefer. I mean, I've avoided reading Berlioz's biographies, which everybody says I should, but I don't think I need to. I think the music says it all. I mean, he was wonderfully ahead of his time. He was crazed. He had too many ideas. He was spectacular. He was shameless. The music is, it's so extreme, and I kind of identified with him. I ended up with ENO because John Barry is a very persuasive human being. He threw Berlioz's Damnation of Faust at me. And I thought, okay, if I'm going to do an opera, I might as well do one that has never been successful, so I couldn't be compared with the great versions of it. ENO is not a frightened organization, it takes chances. The atmosphere was great to work in. And I'll tell you, the thing I like most is the stage crew. It's the best I've ever worked with. Extraordinary. The more difficult the task, the more they rise to the occasion. Great people.